Dearest friend, do I sound differently this week? I may need to sound different this week. You understand. I know you do. This was a fragmented experience, and I will communicate it as best I can. Perhaps in the editing room I can chop and carve and twist and mold and transform it into something. But we will see. We will try our best. The channel is open between you and I and the emptiness in the sky, and we will allow that because I said so. With love, Kristen. I had a thought while I was driving just now, stuck in traffic here, still skipping lazily among the debris in outer space there. I'm sure that I'm doing other things in other places too, but that's where my mind was divided anyway, a few minutes ago. I thought about the fact that I'm still clinging to this castle, in a way. Even though it's been shredded to bits, according to plan, of course. I think that was always what it was meant to do, and that's great, that's totally fine. I'm still somehow walking among its bricks and stones and carpets as they hang around this place of little to no gravity. What I thought about was that great open pit, that never-ending tunnel falling through the earth, just beyond the castle and past the gardens before one reached the forest. I fell in there and I came back up and everything, but I can't help but wonder what happened to it. What happens to a bottomless pit when it encounters a black hole? Sure, the bricks and walls surrounding it can get churned apart and flung here and there. But what about the abyss itself? I guess it too must cease to exist, right? Or is it just the opposite? Is it all the more present, like a drop of water in the vastness of the ocean? Expanded, surrounding us, finally one with its maker and its destroyer and its destination. I do think that there is only one way to find out. I have been moving, doing, busy, even out here in space. Because there has been still stuff around me. So that's kept me preoccupied. I guess I need to go back. Not sure how, but I feel that falling back is a big part of it. Free myself of all of it. Can I fall here? Is falling such a thing in outer space? I suppose if I gave it enough velocity, I could fall forever. Just like they do in the movies. Right. I'm going to try it. Set my feet on the edge of this, what is it? I think it's a sofa from the story room, and just gently launch myself backward as though from a diving board. There we go. I feel like I've done this before. I don't know. Has it been minutes, weeks, days, seconds, years since we've been falling here together? I somehow don't think it matters, except that when you do it for long enough, sorry, not do it, just allow it, you can't really tell if it's still happening, because you just get used to the sensation. No, wait. I know the difference. I can tell that we've stopped. Very gently. Because I have the sensation of something soft and warm underneath me. And a feeling. A low sound, but a deep feeling of a pulse. I think it's flesh. I feel it's alive. Perhaps.
Something like that.
For a moment I can't see anything, until I see, just above me, two immense blue lights glowing, and within them, bottomless pits themselves, pupils within great glowing eyes. I see them see me. I feel the hand feeling me. And I realize suddenly that I am having an audience with some great thing I both know very intimately and have never even imagined possible. I don't see anything else, though. Just the space behind those eyes. No, perhaps not space. Not sure. I don't think I can see any stars in the distance. But it could simply be that those eyes are so bright that it eclipses all other lights here. On Earth we call it light pollution. Out here I guess I would call it blissfully enforced focus. I feel as small as a bean. So big are those eyes, and this hand I can't see. Sometimes it's nice to feel as small as a bean.
Tell me a story.
How could I possibly tell a story when I am so comfortable and so happy to be here? To have fallen here of all places.
You didn't fall here. I caught you up here. Perhaps I am falling too.
So much the better.
You're avoiding the direction. Tell me a story.
I would rather ask you questions.
Go on then.
Okay, I don't know what they are.
Then tell me a story.
What if I sang you a song?
Go on then.
I wish I had a song for you. Well,
Not
I
that
do.
one. A new one.
But I have nothing tonight. Sounds familiar. Doing my best, but I'm so tired I need a rest.
A valiant effort, but not enough, I'm afraid. I would like a story.
Why? I don't have one. I am satisfied with this. If you want something, you should find it in yourself to fulfill it. Isn't that what they say?
You dare speak to me like that?
I do.
Very well. Once upon a time, there were vicious little creatures in vicious little bodies that danced a vicious little waltz together in a hall that seemed massive and beautiful to them. But to us here and now, I suppose it was rather little and vicious. They wore the strangest and loveliest and most expensive costumes that their little bits of money could buy. Colors, patterns, fabrics, powders, wigs, all unlike any most other little creatures in their world could ever afford to touch. There, poised on their heads and bodies, making them beautiful birds of prey. And they laughed and danced and spun around at dizzying speed. I do not mock them, blame them, judge them, disdain them. I just tell the story. For I have been in many little bodies just like that, vicious and beautiful. And I have danced and spun and laughed in treasures that were most unbecoming for a world in pain. There were just creatures in the but she there, all in that beautiful, which is there now, so full of fish. There was rest of the express that there is no how to have all big all on any, so the visions of ever fish. There was the design, made a beautiful bird of prey, and laughed and danced and spun out, seeing me. And I'm glad them should have seen them, I was also. For I've been in long like that, she's beautiful, and danced and laughed at birds most of my world in game.
I wrote something, but it didn't seem to fit somehow. But it felt a betrayal to delete it. 900 words of truth, whatever that's worth. So I just condensed them there. And here we are now. Nothing deleted. Just gone in the blink of an eye. As it ought to be. Oof, there's that feeling again. That... All right, stop. We're just going to channel. I've had it with pretending, I've had it with imagining, I just want to be. So open up the way. I did my breathing exercises. I drank deep from the cup of vice, and I did my best traveling along the path of diligence, and here I am, not really changed in either direction, so just open up the way and be the way already. Kristen, you promised to live as though you have everything you want. Look how that has failed you in this moment. Wanting so much, speaking words of relieving suffering, but secretly stewing in your own behind closed doors. What do we do with this, little one? I wrote that I was being held in the palm of my beloved. I thought it was a charming image. And I know instead that I am in his heart, and he is nestled deep within mine. Here is where I am. I am here. Maybe you're just tired. Go to sleep, it will come. Even if it is just the story of a soul opening up and talking about it. Don't close in. Don't close in. Don't close in. Stay open. Stay here. Stay here, Kristen. Stay here with me. 1,286 words. Not bad. Enough for a story, enough for someone to want to listen. Close the fingers gently around me, beloved, and lock me in tight. Don't let any light get in. Keep me safe and warm in your grasp. That's where I want to weep, holding your great thumb with all 4 of my limbs, until I fall asleep, and hope that I will wake up in a dream where I will see you in another way. And I will wake up in the morning in a different dream. Life doesn't always go the way you want it to. It's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to just go. No point dwelling on the want or don't want, it's irrelevant. The sadness can be helped only to a point. There's a loneliness that is meant to be there because it is the source of creation. It is the incubator in which my everything will be birthed safe and sound. But as it is getting itself ready, my heart is tearing itself to bits and bits and bits. Don't delete any of that. Just speed it up again if you want. Honest, but in an unintelligible way. Let them say that about my writing forevermore. Now, you there, listening, the longing, the wanting, be honest. If you had what you think you want, do you really think the pain of the wanting will go away? Really and truly? You see, I don't. But I want it still. Take me to space where I will... Oh, forget it. Let me just flood this with music. That's all I can do for now. Huh. Isn't that funny? I wanted to fall into a never-ending bottomless pit. Probably to escape something. Escape talking about things that are more important. Escape even thinking about those things. Escape the things that are not nearly so important, but little important wants in my heart. Escape the responsibilities, the diligence, and vice alike. And just fall and then eventually be caught. It was escaping. Now, I've been talking about me far too much, about me, my friend, my sweet and patient friend, my forgiving, kind, and wonderful friend. Let's turn the spotlight to you. Why have you come here? To rest, to listen, to escape. Have you fallen here with me? Into the patterns of my voice, into the weave of my words, selfish and lazy though they may be? Have you been caught up in their web? I can get away with so much calling this a sleep podcast. So much self-indulgence, so much flowery nonsense indeed. Have you been falling? Distant stars passing by. Little pieces of life at first floating past you, like Alice as she went down the rabbit hole. Or like all those bits and bobs from the Twilight Zone introduction I've had on my mind so much lately. Finally, nothing, just darkness, just blessed emptiness, and barely even the falling anymore. Because you're just so used to the sensation. Until you stop, and you feel something soft, warm, pulsing, flesh. A huge palm of a huge hand. What color are my eyes to you as they hover far above? I wish I could say they were bright and radiant blue, but no. They are just two circles of somehow even more profound emptiness than that which you just fell through. Because in my eyes, you can see whatever you need to see in this moment. I can't control however it is you want to control me here. Should have given you another vampire ball. A ball, a gala full of glorious and beautiful and decadent monsters, dancing, waltzing in a glorious place, with the curtains over the windows, all covering them. Draw the curtains back. Draw the curtains back. They seem to hear a voice say, until one of them, laughing, finally does. And all of our eyes, huge and looming, some bright and radiant, and others swirling empty voids, look in. They say nothing. They just see. And the monstrous revelers freeze and stare back. Should have given you a story about that. But even that seems cruel. It would not change much either. I don't know if I can say anything that would change much, really. You very well may be asleep, and I hope you are, because I think that's the greatest positive change I can give. Helping you sleep, my dears. But if you are listening, I nothing to say. I like to stare at empty things, starless skies, out the glass doors to the porch where I'm at. You can't see a thing outside of those glass doors. It's frightening, really, because anyone could be out there, looking back in. And if I suddenly did see someone appear, I would go insane. But I stare, because that's kind of what I want to happen. Seeing someone suddenly appear. I am afraid of it. So I look further, harder. I am not afraid. I am not afraid. I want to be seen by a shadowy, ghastly thing. But also I want to be that shadowy, ghastly thing outside, looking in, watching. The watcher in the night, and the flawed spectacle. Here you are, in the palm of my hand, in this dream space, if you'll allow it. I am watching you. I see you there, flaws and all. I'm sure there are some bad ones. It doesn't change a thing. There is so much wonderful stuff in there too, and I see that. It doesn't change a thing. You still deserve to rest. If I close my fingers around you gently, maybe you can feel safe. Maybe the hurt won't go away, or the wanting, or the horror of looking out at monstrous things that don't care a bit for this sacred space. That's an illusion, though. Everyone does. Every soul. The problem is that not all of them know what to do with it. Maybe. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I will hold you safe in the palm of my hand here, if you will hold me in yours too. And the truth is, that's just an image. It's in the heart. It's always been in the heart. That's my God. That's not all that my God is, but it's part of it. I'm not afraid. Are you? Hello, my friends. Thanks so much for listening to episode 271 of On a Dark, Cold Night. This is your host, narrator, podcaster, composer, writer, etc., Kristen Zaza. Thank you. That's all I have to say about that. I do also want to just apologize if this episode sounds a lot different than usual. I'm in a different location with a different microphone and doing my best, so thank you for your understanding. Sending enormous thanks this week to Noah, who supported the show on Ko-fi.com. Thank you so very much, my friend, for your generosity and your encouragement. I'm very grateful. Thanks as always as well to all of my amazing patrons on Patreon.com who help me keep doing this continually. You can support the show on Patreon and learn about the different levels of support and their corresponding perks at patreon.com/darkcoldnight. For $1 or more a month US, you can receive access to my complete soundtrack. For $5 or more a month US, you receive that, a weekly bonus meditation episode, and a monthly tarot reading video uploaded every full moon. Again, that's patreon.com/darkcoldnight. And those bonus meditations are also available at the Sonar Plus Apple Podcast channel, so you can learn more by searching me up on iTunes. You can support like Noah did one time only without any perks at ko-fi.com/darkcoldnight. Ratings and reviews are always appreciated wherever you like to leave them, and you can follow me on social media, Instagram at Dark Cold Night Podcast, Blue Sky and TikTok at Kristen Zaza, and Twitter at A Dark Cold Night. Sometimes there's just nothing to say other than I feel you here with me, and I hope you feel me here with you, and I'm grateful for that, even if there is pain and longing and confusion and loss, and hopefully also joy and hope and kindness and empathy. Always, always, always there is love. So lots and lots of love to you, my friends, and sweet dreams. This podcast has been brought to you by the Sonar Network. Sonar.